Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal? All of you ugly motherfuckers. What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what? I'm out.
Right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're not giving a pass or nothing like that.
There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You lose the second yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so is it cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first.
You would. Oh, you such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman.
Oh.
Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, okay. Oh, all right. You ain't got to kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls them down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, yeah, this is the moment.
Just said, bro. I'm like, I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
that's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's ain't the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d- I didn't ask for it.
If I don't say the words.
It's like, gosh. I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings. You know, and I'll beat your motherfucking ass.
Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he look like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shades. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, "Oh, Bernard,
him, you slut." But no,
he about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you gonna hear bitch. What is the deal?
Everybody. Listen, we got the pleasantries out the way, but I always have to do this. Before we even get on here, if you're tuning in to us live, what up, Toey? If you listening to us live, hit the like and subscribe button. Keep us popping, keep us moving. But with that being said, I want to give a great shout out to Twitch, and I want to give a dope shout out to TikTok. We're trying our best to just do what we do so we can run a bag up. Listen, we all got real jobs. We don't want to keep doing these real jobs if y'all really want to listen to us. But that's nor here nor there. Happy MFing holidays, y'all. Listen. Everybody's holiday wasn't everybody's holiday, but I hope that day when it happened, on the 25th, that at least you got some good food. If you didn't get no gift, that's fine. We ain't supposed to be getting gifts anyway. We grown. But if you had some good food, you enjoyed good company. If you did that, you had a really good time. Don't sweat the small stuff. That is one thing I want to say. At the same time, I want to say this. I am Lele. I am the host of this show called The Ish We Talk. I am with the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles, the lady who without her would not be no me. I am with the Regina Bell for her nephew. You know what I'm saying? I love Regina Bell. If y'all are on my TikTok, y'all know I spend a whole rant on that. I am with the top-notch 6 foot of do-gooder, bad MF that you see in front of you, blonde bombshell, illest pit bull in the skirt. One of the best beehive individuals that you can ever meet in your life, and at the same time, one of the most dangerous beehive individuals you ever meet in your life. Because she bout that life, period. She from the 30s. Don't get her fucked up. Let's do a round of applause for my cousin, Lindsay.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Again, this is the Ish That We Talk. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. Lindsay, how's your health? How's your wealth? What is going on, my dog?
I'm still on this Beyonce high from Christmas. I am blessed to live in a world that Beyonce is breathing in.
Way up, I feel blessed.
Right. I feel like we're all blessed to breathe the same air that Beyonce breathes.
Straight up.
Yeah. So yeah, I've watched it about 8 times already. 5 times on Christmas. So yeah.
I can see that. I can really see that because that was actually that was one of the things when you was because I know if you guys listen to us, you always hear like, how are we gonna start these topics? I was gonna say off the flip, let's do that.
Yeah,
I knew that was like you was gonna be like, oh nigga.
Right. Like the BeyoncéBowl,
That gave me so much joy.
It really did. I want to move to Houston now. Like the culture was on display. Full force. And it looked amazing. It looked amazing. And I want to be a Houstonian. I want to go. Soon. So.
That's dope. That's dope. I even thinking about this, and this is off topic, but I'm like, because Beyonce has beehives.
Yeah. Hold on, before you go there. Before you go there, Beckerman is watching. He says Beyonce, the gal from the third Austin Powers movie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That same gal.
Right, that
same gal that you've seen there. She is an international superstar, my guy.
Foxy Cleopatra, honey.
Man. But I'm like, I always think about it because I'd be like, damn, you know, because now people name their fans. I'm like, you think niggas was moving to Gary, Indiana, or Indiana? Because I don't want to fuck the name up. Gary, Indiana, when Michael Jackson was like at the pinnacle of his career, he was like, I'm gonna move to Gary. I'm gonna get that vibe. Like, I don't think so.
No. What for me to say that is because of how the culture was put on full display. You know what I'm saying? She did everything, like the whole. She had. Let's just start in the beginning with the 16 carriages, and the 16 carriages being them swangers. And they were all white and they were on full display. And all they had to do was just park. Like,
I'm going to pause you right there because I'm going to just say this. I don't know if y'all are listening to us on like a podcast, but if you're watching us on YouTube, I want you to highlight when she said the 16 carriages and how it was a glimmer in her eye and a smile in her face. Like, she enjoyed every moment.
Yes, like they was on full display and it was just like, wow. And then, you know, the horses, like I looked on Twitter and I saw that the horses is a particular type of horse that when it's born is black and then once it grows it turns white. It's like a Lampier breed. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but yeah, like, and then she had like an orchestra and she had these singers and then the she had the rodeo, like it was like the first, like one of the people that she had during the while she was on the field and while they were riding in the cars and stuff, when she was singing Jolene, one of the people that was in the cars was like the first black rodeo queen. She had that. Then she had the TSU band. One of my sisters graduated from TSU, by the way. But yeah, she had their band on display. Which she's that was kind of like going back to when she did Coachella, how she had like the whole band thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Beckerman said it's lip pinzinier. I still butchered that, but yeah, that's what it is. That's the type of breed the horses was. But
Becker would know. Becker literally had a horse growing up.
He had money.
I don't understand why he's not our rich trust fund kid right now. Like, why are we not bigger? Because, dude, you literally have the funds to say, "Hey, we're going to do this, and we're going to get in the advertisement." But we're going to digress and move from that because we're on BeyoncéBowl.
Right. So, but yeah, she even had like the what are they called? The band leaders. I forgot what they're called. But she had them dressed like Pimp C from the International Players Club video. And you know, that's an iconic look for Pimp C. When I first saw them, I was like, Pimp C. You know what I'm saying? Like she put Houston on display, and that ain't the first time she's done that. You know what I'm saying? But just to put, and then on top of that, she had Houston on display in Houston, Texas, at a Houston game on Christmas. That was that was streamed on Netflix internationally. Like she put on for her city.
So one thing that, because I didn't even peep that, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but you know me, when you send me the YouTube link, the first thing I do is look at the comments because I want to see what I'll address on certain things. And then when I seen that, because they said it like, oh yeah, you represented Pimp C, and then they start hashtagging like Trill Burgers and all that shit, and I'm like, what? And then I started looking, and I was like, oh, Mink, it's that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's okay. I'll fuck with Beyonce on that one. She really was that kind. It was really fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Beckerman says, excuse me, bred by Habsburgs, which is a fascinating family of inbred European royalty that accidentally started World War One. Wow. Wow. Well, there go your little history lesson.
This
Yeah.
nigga is Thanos, man. He knows too much, and he can do something about it. But he's like, I'm gonna have to kill half of y'all.
Right. I can
Like,
tell you.
I'm shout out to Beckerman. Beckerman has a put your YouTube page out here, Beckerman. So if any of our followers are into comics like that, man, they can really follow you. This is a real dope guy, like real life.
Yeah.
In real time. I talk to this man on a regular. This is a real time, all around cool dude. He just happened to be super fucking rich. That's just what it is.
Right. At the end of the day, right.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's super fucking rich. But he's probably one of the coolest people you gonna meet, because he ain't gonna steer you wrong. He gonna always give you a little pointer every now and then.
Yeah, that's what's up. But yeah, like, and then, on top of everything else, Blue Ivy came out, and she was out way before she was on, like, front and center. Like, it took me maybe the third time watching it, and I was like, oh, because she was up there in the stands when they did My House.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she definitely put on for her city. Yeah. Tully says, "Hey again, didn't know if you saw my first comment. Hey y'all, yep, we saw you.
I shouted you out in the beginning.
Yeah.
No, I shouted you out literally in the beginning of this show. Beckerman just talk a lot, but I shouted you out. We love you. We love you off the flip.
Right. So yeah, it was just amazing, and I want to move to Houston now. Like, I want to be out of here.
Let's do it. Let's make a power move.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you after this podcast, man. We can really make power moves on certain things that I found out about just recently, like in the last 2 months. That not only can we do that, we can establish a life and still have jobs. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely chat after, because I was just like, you know what all do I need to do to get this in order? Because I gotta go. And I've been a couple of times. Like, I went the first time when I was in high school. I spent a week down here, and because we went because we have family down here, and we spent Thanksgiving with them. So I spent the whole week 1 year, and then I went a few years ago. Back when you wasn't supposed to be traveling, I was traveling.
I mean, Texas. I will honestly say Texas is a real dope spot. Not even on no extra. I'll just keep it a whole band with y'all, so everybody will know the person I am. I got people to stay down there. So very young, we used to go down to Texas, and then my weed plug was down there. At one point, I will say this: at one point in life, Texas was trash when it came to weed, but when they start having niggas that start growing their own shit, and then they had imports and exports when it came to that cookies. Oh, that shit was fire, and them niggas was giving it up for dumb rates. I'm talking about, man, I was coming up here with White Widow, which I was selling for like $1,600 a pound, but I was getting for like $800 down there. So something about the Texas is for hustlers, and then not only is it for hustlers, Texas is real homely. One thing I did see in Texas, man, that are aside of hustling and seeing the hustle and bustle of what it is to be down there, just to be in an area where you're at a beach and you can actually see all the stars in the sky is an amazing thing. Like, you can look up here and like now sometimes you'll see stars, you might see a couple of them here and there, but to look up and see a bunch of stars sitting on a beach, And Galveston, I was like, oh, this is a different type of feeling.
Yeah. I remember going to Galveston. We went to Galveston for a day, and that was cool. I mean, I've always liked Houston. I've been to Dallas more than Houston because I used to have a friend that lived there, and that's where I would go when I couldn't see concerts here in Missouri. I would go to Texas. So, but I want to go to Houston. I want to move to Houston.
Either way, it's just money there.
Yeah, the only thing that would really keep me away would be the politics, because their politics are not the best in Texas.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? But if you are an individual who is like Lindsay, who wants to go out there and see Texas and experience Texas, and like especially Houston, just Houston alone. One thing I did love about Houston when I went down there, because I done been in different spots in Texas, but one thing about Houston that I love is you don't never have to leave Houston to be a millionaire.
You don't. I love that about it too. Because you don't have to leave to be a successful rapper too.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of successful rappers that never left Houston, Paul Wall just came out with a new album, and that motherfucker go. You hear
I believe
me?
it. Paul Wall hard.
Go. Yes. Him and Zero, which I absolutely love Zero's voice. Like, oh my God, he has the best voice ever. But him and Zero got a song called Swang Down. And it's them remaking SWV's Rain. And it is the shit. It is the shit. And I think they are gonna make it a single because they got a video. They just put a video out for it. So yeah.
I mean, shout out to Zero. Zero, you know why I really respected Zero growing up and listening to Zero is because in the rap game, Zero really kept the rap game like it was family. And like he told you how fucked up family could be. Like, and he would address that shit. Like, and it wasn't like he was beefing with nobody. Like, if you think about it now, all the names he mentioned, everybody, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I don't fuck with you and I don't fuck with you on this level. It was like family matters. It wasn't none of that shit. It didn't link out the beef or none of that type of bull. Now, he done been through some shit.
Oh,
but he didn't mean it. Top Zero is still top notch, and you know what I'm saying? And Texas, period. Not only Houston, he's still top notch. Like, I really did respect that. I was like, that's just him, like being mad at his big brothers type of shit. And they was letting it ride.
Yeah.
Some niggas was tripping, but for the most part, they was like, nah, because he is, you know what I'm saying, who he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll let you know some of these niggas fake. Like, that's what I used to love about Zero music. On top of other artists, he used to always let niggas know, like, nah, this nigga, he ain't about what he talking about for real. Like, and he would put it out there, like, and he didn't give a fuck. And he would go to interviews like, nah, it is what it is. What that nigga gonna do to me?
Right. Like, what we gonna do? Fight? I don't care. Like,
we can throw that shit up.
He will fight.
Nigga, I'm broke. I'm broke, nigga. What you gonna win?
Yeah.
You gonna beat up the nigga that live in the studio? Like, that's dumb. Like, he had interviews like that. Like, I won't say he said that per se, but he was just like, nigga, run up on me in the studio. Nigga, I'm living in the studio. Like, fuck are you doing? Like, I'm making these dope ass rhymes and ain't making a dime for it. Like, I'm living in my car, but I won't tell nobody that.
Yeah.
But these niggas ain't helped me. These niggas seen me do it, and they still didn't help me out. That's why I be talking about these niggas for real.
Yeah.
Like, Zero, one of the realest rappers you ever gonna listen to. If y'all listen to any type of rap, our viewers.
Right. Like, if you listen to them.
Yeah. And the immortal words of Becker, a rapist. If you listen to a rapist.
A rapist?
He doesn't say rapper. He says rapist.
All right. Tohi says, my fault, you know I'm at work. Yeah. And speaking of Tohi, she lives in Austin. So That is a Texan right there. And then, you know, another thing, before we even got to the BeyoncéBowl, the Texans uniforms, their jerseys are amazing. I want one. And we all know I don't fuck with football, but I want a
You want a Texas
Texans
jersey? Texas
That
jersey.
mug
Trash.
is nice. I was like, dang, because I was waiting on Beyonce. And I'm like, I really like this jersey.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just for the Christmas special that they had like special Christmas jersey, because that's probably what it was, because most of the time Texas Houston, they jerseys white. Don't nobody want that shit.
Yeah, it was blue. It just looked perfect. Like not a stain on it. Like
you just like the color. You just like that dark blue.
Maybe that's what it is. But it was very clean. It was blue, it was very clean, it was fitted, it was ironed, it was just perfect. Like,
well, it was for Christmas. My old lady boy, it was for Christmas. It was for Christmas. So they gonna make sure they earn their clothes for Christmas. You know, the babies gotta look nice on Christmas.
Right. So yeah.
In real life, you don't want them whack ass jerseys. Fuck them whack ass jerseys. Well, that's not me downplaying Houston, y'all. That's not me doing that. You know what I'm saying? And the color scheme, I like colors. In the color scheme, and don't nobody want them whack ass jerseys.
Well, yeah, I want the Christmas jersey then, because that motherfucker was nice. You know, I don't know. I just appreciated everything about it. Of course, it came with hate. Which I didn't know this until Christmas. Till he says, Austin, stand up. Right. So I didn't know this until Christmas, that any insinuation of shooting a gun in your celebration, in your touchdown celebration, will cause you a penalty. Mm-hmm. It causes you like a 15-yard penalty. You'll get a fine, all kinds of shit, because apparently Patrick Mahomes did it like a week or two ago and got a fine. And then somebody on the Chiefs game, which this was crazy, because their touchdown celebration, it was two of them. One was holding their arms out like this. Another one was going like this, like they was putting something in a bag, and the other person was holding the bag. But that's not what got them the penalty. What got them the penalty was one of them grabbed their shirt and brought it up like this, like he was showing a gun. And they got a 15-yard penalty for that. And I was just like, what if he was like scratching his waist? So now you got to be like super careful with what you do. Because if they assume that you're doing anything insinuating a gun, then you're going to get penalized. So a lot of people was pissed off that Beyonce, you know, was doing her fingers like this and stuff like that. And then at the end, she had that banner that said bang, and she had her hand out like this. So, yeah, a lot of people was pissed at that, because they was just like, you know, people are getting penalties, but she can do this, you know? So
she's not fucking playing football, y'all. Like, she's not on the field. You know, she's performing.
She's performing.
Like, that was dumb.
And, excuse me, she's been doing it this whole time. If anybody had a problem with it, sure they would have had a conversation. But
that was dumb. Yeah. And then even with the people having that argument, let's just go to a real life. At one point, why are we fining niggas for celebrating scoring a touchdown? At one point, unless these niggas is bringing out a baby, like if they bring out like some like good guy doll, and then like literally like acts like they fucking them on the field, like why are we penalizing a nigga for this? Like, we should not penalize nobody for any type of victory dance. It's a victory dance.
We shouldn't.
That's one thing I don't get about the NFL. The NFL because it's so scrutinized on how it plays things.
They pick and choose. They
yeah,
pick and choose
and so
what they get mad about.
That's what I was about to go through. Like,
Yeah,
y'all penalize players for dancing. At the same time, y'all don't even bring the rule down of bringing any player, black or white, or any person of color, to a literal land where they have to strip down and they have to get chose.
yeah.
Like, y'all still but y'all not penalizing that. So, Jerry can come in that motherfucker and be like, boom, boom, boom. Look at him. Oh, okay, he's strong. What is he? He a linebacker. Oh, he look good. And pull your pants off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, cool. Like, Jerry knows niggas' dick sizes. I don't know if people was paying attention to that Jamie Foxx live he had to take off, because Jerry was talking about all his players, and he was literally being like, hey, this person, 6'5", 230 pounds, great, dope, 8-inch dick. Like, how do you know this?
And why does it matter?
And why does it matter? But this is the talk that Jerry be having, because he has to put these niggas on a real auction block. So why are we not talking about that? We want to talk about this nigga scoring a touchdown and dancing, but we don't want to talk about the coach made this nigga strip down and look over his body and not even be like, how fast can you run a route? He just want to look at what your body type is.
Right. Which is what they used to do to us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They used to literally put us on the auction block, make people strip down, completely degrade them, and sell them, which people have, made a whole lot of comparisons to slavery in football. So, and I remember when they did that fantasy football auction I think it was on ESPN, and somebody had bought what's the dude's name? Odell Beckham. It was like a white guy that had bought Odell Beckham, and people was like, okay, this has gone too far. I don't know if you remember that, because it was like a big controversy.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, why ain't too many people complaining about that? Because that should go under the radar, and then that should get buried, and then the NFL will keep going, and then you'll find these men for celebrating doing their fucking job.
Yeah,
they already went through the most horrible shit in their life.
Right.
You want to find them for celebrating for being a great athlete.
Right. But you remember that one celebration that was just extremely controversial because they hid a cell phone under the padding for the field goal, and when he got the touchdown, one of his teammates went and lifted up the padding, and he got the cell phone and gave it to him, and then he called somebody like he was somebody, like, or he acted like he was calling somebody on the cell phone, and it was like a huge deal. They got a fine for it and all that kind of stuff. You remember that? Yeah. Now, their reasoning behind that one was because it was props, but it was like strategically placed. But I get, okay, props is too far. I give them that. I give you that. Props is too far. But if they want to have a celebration, just let them have a celebration, as long as it don't take too long, because it takes a minute to set up the next play. So it's like, long as it don't take too long as it's tasteful, I don't see the problem,
Like, yeah, as long as you ain't disrespecting or excluding the individual. Like, it would be weird, like, if somebody scored a touchdown and was like, yeah, let me get these two crutches, and then be like, yeah, because these niggas can't hold me. Like, you broke it. Like, that's when I can see people being disrespected.
Right. Or like,
I can't see nobody being disrespectful for a nigga picking up a phone. Like, I just don't understand why we are finding niggas for having a touchdown dance.
Yeah.
And this been going on for years.
Yeah, it's been going on for decades, and it's like they pick and choose, and it's up to the person on how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a something set in stone. Like, you can't do this, you can't do this. It's all up to a feeling. If you feel that that's what it is, and it can, your feeling can be totally off, and that's not cool. You shouldn't penalize somebody for an interpretation of this celebration, because that man could have just been scratching his side, and now you thinking he pulling up his shirt for a gun, and you gonna penalize them 15 yards? Like, that's crazy.
NFL, when y'all be looking through this shit, I mean, y'all be going through the kind of, and this is just me. This is a regular dude. I don't have no business, or as far as big business and corporate shit, I don't have a business like that. But I would say, if y'all be like, I don't know if this is right, y'all probably should start asking people. Like, instead of just fining, because I don't think, excuse me, I just don't really think celebration dances should be fine. I've always had a problem with that. I don't get that. Like, anybody who actually is in the NFL and scores a touchdown in the NFL should be able to celebrate. However way they celebrate is how they celebrate. Like you said, Lindsay, as long as it's boom, we get it done quick, bop, 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 we right out here so we can set back up. That is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Like, these niggas ain't spending 10 minutes on a celebration. This is at the best 25 seconds. Or if it's, you know what I'm saying, if it's one of them things where, you know, we just let, you know what I'm saying, we just let the defense set up, then yeah, we spend at least maybe a minute at best doing this shit. Yeah. Because we not about to be back on the field. The defense is. Right.
Exactly.
So like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I just don't get it. I always say, and I've been saying this, they should ban NFL bans on fucking touchdown dances. I just don't think it should be a thing. Like, and you know what I'm saying, because you have to understand, when you do an NFL dance, right, it's levels that you know what I'm saying, that you can go through. As long as a person ain't being disrespectful, then that's fine. It'd be one thing if a nigga, you know what I'm saying, scored a touchdown and then jumped in a wheelchair and was like, boy, these niggas, they ain't got no legs. That's one thing. That's one thing to do. But if you just dance around and act like, hey, boy, I'm shooting shots, ain't nobody disrespecting.
Yeah, because remember, I think it was Tony Gonzalez. He used to act like he slam dunking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A celebration is a celebration, man. Back the fuck down.
Right. It's stupid. But you know, it is what it is. Funny question. Who won that game?
Between the Texans and the Chiefs?
It wasn't the Texans and the Chiefs. It was the Texans and somebody. I don't know. But the Chiefs was the first game.
The Chiefs was the first game. That's the one because it was lagging bad, I logged off of.
Yeah, I heard. But you know, in Kansas City, we could have watched it on local, so.
Well, shit, I didn't know. I even went to a bar, and you know what I'm saying, and they was like, yeah, we ain't playing it. I was like, what? That's stupid.
Right.
It was the Texans and the Ravens.
Who won?
The Ravens beat the dog shit out of the Texans. The dog shit. When I say the dog shit,
what was the
I
score?
mean the dog shit. The score was 31-2.
Are you serious?
I'm not bullshitting.
How do you get 2?
A safety.
Oh, wow.
So, do you know what a safety is?
No.
So a safety is when you tackle somebody in the end zone, in their own end zone. So if they're in their territory, so this is my pocket. So this is your pocket over here. This is where I'm trying to go to win a touchdown. It's like, I'll break it down in like chess in a layman's terms. You know, you have your side and you side. If I attack you on your side, which is in your touchdown zone, then I get 2 points. It's a safety.
Oh, okay. Dang. You know what's so funny? My family was dying laughing, and I was sitting there like, what? So because I left my sister's house when the Chiefs game was playing. So during the Chiefs game or whatever, they was asking some of the players who or what they want for Christmas or whatever. And there's some player with a bunch of hair. I don't know who he is, but he said he wanted a pick. And my mama looked at me and was like, "You know what a pick is?" I was like, "Yeah, to pick your hair." Dead ass. And I'm looking at them like, what? Because he had hair. So I was just like, yeah, he want to pick his hair. They was dying. So of course they explained it, but I'm just like, yeah, like y'all acting like I was far off. Like he could have wanted a pick. He had hair.
No.
And they was like, well, why would he want a pick for Christmas? Like it could have been a special pick. I don't know. Could have been made of gold. I don't. Maybe he collects picks.
No. You can say whatever you want to, Lindsay. I really want you to be aware of what football is. Moving forward into 2025, you need to follow the aspects of what football is. I am so disrespected. I'm disrespected from you even saying that. Like, no, you have to. I'm not telling you to know everything about football, the ins and outs. But all of the football players that I know, all of the players that I know that play like semi-pro leagues and all that, they would be so offended right now. Like,
now I know the bare minimum, and the reason why I know that much is because my family's a football family, so I grew up in that environment. But I was so anti that. Yeah, the little bit I know is the little bit I know. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, the fundamentals are the fundamentals, Lindsay. You don't need the fundamentals. You gotta learn the fundamentals,
man.
I'm not asking you to learn anything else. Just learn the fundamentals.
Right, but I was like, yeah, to pick your hair, duh. Like,
I know your daddy is so mad right now.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that was so funny. But I was like, yeah, pick your hair. I mean, duh.
Beyonce would have been mad at you. If they would call you right now and be like, before you even knew what it was, they was like, hey, listen, check this out. We got one more spot left. We're going to put you in the background. You ain't even got to dance or nothing, but we're going to put you right there. We just need to ask you one question. What's a pick in the NFL?
I'm like, shit. Let me go get this.
Nah, you can't Google nothing. You got to do it right now.
Oh, well, I'm staying home.
Learn the fundamentals.
Okay, I don't have to.
This is what I'm saying. Learn the fundamentals.
I'll root from the sideline. It's okay.
Yeah. Learn the fundamentals.
But yeah. So shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to Houston. Merry Christmas, everyone. Right. Yeah, like it was awesome. He says, I remember when I saw Paul Wall for the first time, had no idea he was a whole dude.
I think you meant white dude.
Meant white dude, right?
I'm pretty sure you knew he was a whole dude. Yeah.
Right.
Ain't no
because he got the deepest voice ever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, maybe I think she meant a white dude. Yeah. I didn't the first time I heard him was Still Tipping. And I didn't know he was a white dude until probably like maybe after Sitting Sideways. Because I was questioning and watching the video, like, he don't sound white. He actually sounds the most Trillis on the song.
So,
but he looks white. So I'm so confused. I was super confused.
When I went through Houston, one thing I love about Houston was everybody mixtape was bumping. Niggas that you thought they had rap beef, they was actually selling nigga CDs in their trunk. They'll sell their CD and they will always sell these niggas CD. And I can know what I'm saying. I can only say this from just pure knowledge. When I went down there, one time I went down to Texas and I met the fat rat with the cheese. And he was selling shit out his trunk, even though he had a deal. He was still selling shit out his trunk, and then I got to actually get a Chameleonaire and Power Wow mixtape because he was selling that shit. Because he was, you know what I'm saying? He didn't give a fuck. That beef didn't mean that we couldn't eat with each other. That's one thing I do love about Texas. Them niggas was eating with each other.
Right. Yeah. You can tell the camaraderie. Is that how you say the word?
Yep.
Okay.
Camaraderie.
There you go. You can tell the camaraderie in the city.
Yeah, so I knew who Power Wow. I knew Power Wow was a white dude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you hear Power Wow say, lane switching with the TV missing, you think that sound like a nigga. That's a nigga talking that shit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like he confused me. I think it was sitting sideways that I was like, okay, he's white. But if you hear his Breakfast Club interview that he recently did, he said he didn't know he was white until like middle school. So, yeah.
See, that's
we're not the only ones.
That's more of. That's another thing. That's a thing that people we as humans. We don't even want to accept. It's like we don't accept what a culture is. Like what Power Wow grew up in is a culture. So yeah, he didn't know. Like somebody had to tell him, like, nah, this is what you is. And then because when you do that early, that's what gives you the great separation. If you never do that at all, you have no clue. You just know you a certain color, that person a certain color, but we this. Because we grew up in this culture, so we all are this. And I think I really because I seen that interview, and I really respect Power Wow for being that kind for real. Like, I didn't know I had to separate myself until people told me I had to separate myself.
Yeah, right. It just was what it was. That's what he was around. And you could tell back in the beginning of knowing Paul Wall, you can tell that it was authentic. You can tell it wasn't no, I'm gonna use this to get to somewhere else or anything like that. You can tell it was definitely authentic. Speaking of people that uses the culture to get to somewhere else, and going back to BeyoncéBowl, she did bring out Post Malone. And he got a huge reception from the crowd. So yeah, like his was about as big as, if not bigger than Blue Ivy's reception. How do you feel about Post Malone?
And that's a stat question for me. It's really a stat question because I like Post Malone. But at the same time that I like Post Malone, I always say this. We got to stop letting people capitalize off of us and then jump to another genre and act like they never even dealt with us in the first place. Act like, nah, I wasn't doing that for that. I've always been this type of artist. Like at one point I used to defend that, and then I started looking at it like, nah, you can't make black music for your first couple of years. Even though when you were underground or when you wasn't shit at all, you were making like all sorts of type of music, just putting it in Post Malone. But once you start getting famous and you push black music, and then you say, oh no, I ain't really a part of that culture. You really, you know what I'm saying? You really are, and you should represent that. Now, even saying that, because I can play devil's advocate with myself, because I told you this is that question. I still did respect Post Malone for not being a part of the freshman class when he first started out, because he was like, I'm really not a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
So it's like, with Post is different. It's like, yeah, I don't like that he said it. Excuse me. I don't like that he said it, but I do need him to come to an understanding. We can honestly say, yeah, my journey started when I started making Black music. And then my journey actually propelled when I stopped acting like I was just only going to make Black music. I just want him to be honest.
It is a very sad question. It is. But in the same breath, like when you listen to like his first album, he wasn't just making Black music. It was just like, it seemed like the singles that were hitting.
Exactly what was pushing.
What they were pushing. But we all know it, when you have a machine behind you, it's not your decision all the time on what is pushed or even what is made, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to be truthful. I just want one day for him to say, yeah, I never wanted to be a hip hop artist, but I did make hip hop music. That's it.
I mean, I don't know, because it's like, it's kind of like that one dude that sings that $1 Million Baby song. He came into some controversy or whatever because he said something against hip hop, and then he had to come back and clean it up after he started getting backlash. So it's like, I don't know. I know a lot of people on Twitter was, reacting, and mainly what they was reacting to was the fact that Beyonce brought out Post but didn't bring out Miley. And because she has a song with Miley Cyrus on that album too. Now, me personally, I absolutely hate that song. I do not think their voices sound good together at all. But I acknowledge I'm in the minority on that. But I had to put a post up, and I was like, y'all coming down on Post for being selected, and y'all wanted Miley, but they kind of did the same thing. And I think Miley was worse at it because she engulfed herself in the Black culture to get away from the whole Hannah Montana thing. And then she completely turned her back on the Black culture. So why is that okay? Because why would y'all want her on that platform and not Post? Because I don't necessarily think that Post has completely abandoned. It's just he's always been an artist that did all kinds of music. It's just that the singles and stuff that was really hitting was the quote unquote Black songs. So
Post Malone has never, in my eyes, I don't know what I'm saying. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, and if y'all want to pull up receipts, y'all can pull up receipts. But I've never seen Post actually disrespect our culture in a whole at all.
Mm-hmm.
I've always seen Post Malone big up our culture to the fullest, but say that's just not. I'm not that. So I don't want y'all to believe that I'm that.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time that Post Malone says that, I've personally seen documentaries and then like interviews where his whole staff is of I don't know, can I say Black America or African American, whatever, Black America descent. So I don't think he has a problem with anything. I just think Post is just going to be authentically him, and do what he does that makes him feel good. I don't think he has to, know what I'm saying, like convert or try to act like he's something when he's not. I think he can still be him and everything's okay. I didn't have a problem with it. When I seen it, I thought it was dope. with the Miley Cyrus and Beyonce track. I don't think, and that's just me, and this is my opinion. Y'all can judge me, but at the same time, you know, my motto: if the dick fits, fuck it. Miley and Beyonce are not gonna be screaming for 2 minutes, or you know, she has to go through it. It's only 13 minutes long, so you got to go through certain things. Beyonce was not gonna allow Miley to like try to out sing her by screaming for at least a minute and a half. Like, fuck nah, that wasn't gonna go down.
Yeah. Right. And that Levi's jeans song was a huge deal. It increased the sales with Levi's. So yeah, I can definitely see Post being chosen over Miley. But yeah. What else? She brought out Shabuzi. That was cool. And she gave him his moment. You know what I mean? She gave him his moment. So that was cool. I
mean, he don't really need it, but you know, a Beyonce plug is always dope.
Yeah. I don't think Post needed it either, but you know.
Post definitely didn't need it.
Yeah.
Post ain't even making money off of music no more. He's making money off of tours and then endorsements. He's not making money off of fucking music anymore.
Yeah. So yeah. And then especially with what had went down with the CMAs, this was like a humongous FU to the CMAs. Like, y'all ain't running nothing, you know.
So
because not only did they snub Beyonce and not give her any nominations, how do you have the #1 song for 17 weeks and you get 11 nominations but no awards? Doesn't make any sense, right?
So that's the one thing that I did appreciate about Cowboy Carter being BeyoncéBowl, and she only pushing Cowboy Carter just because for me it was Jolene, because Dolly Parton was like, well, maybe it's because and I'm only paraphrasing, I don't know per se what she said, but she was like, well, maybe because they just want to keep country artists. What the fuck does that even mean, Dolly? I love you to death. Yeah, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
That's without you saying it, that's you saying country got to stay white.
No, now Dolly's not going to say that, but
exactly. But that's what it sounds like when you say that.
That might be the way that you interpret it, but the way I interpreted it was maybe she's saying, when she says keep country artists, not have a artist that, you know, jumps genres or transcends, you know, just
but why not
having it being authentic, or not necessarily even saying authentic, but just, you know, sticking strictly with country. And then on top of that, like, if you actually listen to Cowboy Carter, it's not a 100% country album. And on top of that, she says on the album, this is not a country album, it's a Beyonce album. So
still,
yes,
at the same time,
themed, but yeah.
Still at the same time, with that argument, I always go to Dolly. Your songs have transcended what country music is. So how dare you? Like, that was just my whole thing. Like, you know, I was just like, well, how dare you? Because if your music can transcend, why can't anybody else's R&B, hip hop? How can that not transcend and then go in there and dominate? Like, how can it not?
Yeah,
you wasn't doing that shit when Whitney sang "I Will Always Love You." You didn't go on a rant and be like, "Nah, that's a country song. Fuck y'all talking about it's a ballad."
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do that then, so why do it now? It just for me, that's why I always looked at it like that. Like, and that's no downplay to Dolly Parton, because I love Dolly Parton.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I tell people all the time, that's the only lady I know that's old enough to wear diapers, but will actually do a halftime show and look like she ain't got a diaper on. So I'm forever respect her for that.
Maybe because she didn't have a diaper on.
Yeah, she had one on for sure. This bitch is 1,004 years old. If you don't think that pussy leaking, you crazy out your mind. Hey.
I'm not gonna let you do Mrs. Dolly like that.
You ain't got to let me do it. I'm just keeping it 100. That lady is 3,009 years old. You think if she laughed too hard and she don't pee on herself, you crazy out your mind.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So he says it's Beyonce, so people are gonna be bothered. They just want to have something to say because they feel entitled and are upset that she too is the same way and doing whatever she wants. Yeah.
And I totally agree with that. A lot of people yeah, it's the truth. Atlanta Avenue, like it's the truth. Dolly Parton is wearing diapers. That bitch is wait. Come on, man. I know one of them like 54 years old and they gotta put on extra drawers with a pad. Like get the fuck out of here. This is 97. This is definitely, and she's moving and she's trying to sing and she's singing dopely. But you think she ain't peeing on herself? Crazy out there, y'all crazy out y'all fucking mind if y'all don't think she peeing on herself. I love my mama to death. My mama is 64 years old. I love my mama to death. My mama say, don't make me laugh too hard. And my mama do everything that a man could do to this day. My mama know how to build a house, and she'll still look you dead in the face and say, don't make me laugh too hard, because she gonna pee on her fucking self. Fuck are we talking about?
That doesn't have anything to do with age. That may be due to childbearing. So
childbearing, age, whatever the fuck it is, that bitch is wearing diapers. Fuck are we talking about? Let's not do that. So bitch right now ain't never had no kids. And if she sneezes, she like, shit, I gotta go home. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, so he says, you can do what you want over there, but over here you have rules to follow.
In Austin, I'll give you that. Like in Austin, they do. Yeah. One thing I will say about Austin, I don't know what it is about Austin, is it is crazy hot, nigga. My Jordans melted when I was in Austin. I was trying, because you know I'm a nigga that like I want to see the town. Like if I'm gonna be about, you know what I'm saying, go there, because you know me, I like to stay in the house. But if I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna actually just walk around whatever area I'm at, because I want to get to know it. Nigga, my fucking soul's melted.
Oh wow.
It was that hot out there. I drunk like fucking 7 bottles of water trying to walk.
Right, just to keep hydrated, right. Atlanta Avenue is watching. Thanks. He says, y'all crazy. Keep going with your channel. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Keep it popping, bro. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Bro, nigga, if you got a podcast, tell us. We gonna subscribe to you so you know it ain't no fake shit. I'm gonna do it off mine. She gonna do it off hers, and then we gonna do it off the Ish We Talk.
Absolutely. So yeah, I did not anticipate us spending an hour on Beyonce, but you know, what better subject to spend an hour on, right?
Of course you would say that. Of course.
So so let's shout out to BeyoncéBowl and I guess the football games. But anywho,
yeah, that's because you was rooting for Jersey. Like, hell yeah, that Jersey was tight. Them niggas were bums out there.
Right.
In my Kendrick
out
voice.
Here.
Bumps. Fuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga, bumps.
Bumps. Right.
I really like that, nigga.
Some of those tweets were amazing. Before we move on, I'll say a couple that I remember. I remember this one had me dying for like 2 days. Somebody tweeted, because Post Malone was like trending number 4 when Beyonce was trending number 1. and somebody had tweeted, Beyonce told Post Malone, either you take a shower or don't show up.
Yeah, because everybody always say Post be stink.
Oh my God. But everybody was like, this is the cleanest I have ever seen him. He looked nice. He really did. He really did look nice. But that majority of the comments, that's the reason why he was trending number 4, because the majority of the comments was talking about his appearance and how good he was looking. I was just like, that's the black woman effect.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
then,
black women been known to clean white men up for at least the past 25 years. I'm gonna keep it 100. Shit, come that 99 come 2000, it was cool for a black woman to have a white dude. They've been cleaning them up for at least 25 years. About to be 26.
Yeah. And that when I tell you I laughed for 2 days off of that one tweet. Either you take a shower or you don't show.
It's true. I ain't even gonna lie. That was one of the things. You laughing, making me laugh. Keeping it professional. But that was one of the things from Post. Like, even though Post is a great artist and he has a bunch of fans, even his fans be like, nah, that nigga be stinking for real. Like, I remember one fan was like, nah, this nigga really smell like what she say? She said, the trash can in the back of a 7-Eleven. Like, this nigga just stunk. She was like, and she took a picture with him and she was like, that nigga stink for real. I'm like, damn. I'm like, boy, this nigga, he be, and I only equated to this nigga just be working. He don't be thinking about nothing but work. Like,
I just equated like maybe he just got done performing.
Yeah, so and that's what it was. It was after the performance.
Yeah.
But still, stinking that bad just means you so focused. You didn't even bother taking a shower before the show.
Right, just like, what
said, I'm just letting yesterday ride on today.
Right.
Like,
right.
That's what you literally did. A motherfucker woke you up and was like, nigga, you own in 3 hours. And you was like, oh, fuck. Shit. And then you went out there and you
let's go to
like
sound
you was
check.
in a gym.
Right. Let's go to sound check. Shit.
Like, yeah. It's two niggas in my life that are celebrities that I always heard was foul. One was Post Malone and another one was Dennis Rodman. Motherfuckers used to be like, this nigga will play a whole game with us. That nigga wouldn't shower. He'll put on clothes and he'll be in the club right next to us, smelling like motherfucking ass and baby powder.
Just sitting there, posted in the corner with his legs crossed.
And have more bitches than y'all.
Right.
Even Shaq said he had more bitches than all of us. Shaq used to get mad at like, why the fuck he got so many bitches? And he smelled like that.
I believe it. Because he probably was nasty. He probably had nasty, disgusting sex. He probably was doing a lot with his mouth.
I believe if this is what Dennis Rodman was doing, as soon as he got back to the hotel, he took a dope ass shower where he smelled like lavender, and he probably ate a bitch ass. So we be thinking, listen, this is why I had a rant. I don't know if y'all follow us, if y'all follow the Ish We Talk, please follow Parker Brother Ish Talking. They banned on TikTok one of my posts that I posted, and because eating ass been going on for a long time, and it took me a long time to realize this, but niggas that frequently eat ass, this is what I found out recently. They always have pink eye because it's too much bacteria over there. And so I was like, damn, I'm like, that's the trait. I'm like, a nigga to keep pink eye, that's how you know he eating ass. I'm like, damn. I literally knew grown folks when I was young that kept getting pink eye. I literally had a next door neighbor that always had pink eye. And so we used to crack jokes as kids because we didn't know no better. We like, man, she probably farting on this pillow. Why? Because eating ass wasn't a thing back then to us. So we like, oh, she probably hate him. She probably farting on this nigga pillow. He always, at least every other, I will say in a year span, that nigga had pink eye at least 3 times. So that's every other quarter.
I cannot.
And then I got grown and I was sitting, you know me, I be getting high and I sit there and I was like, damn, Mr. Semester was eating ass for real. Because his wife loved, to this day, I know these people. She loved this man to the core.
I hope that wasn't their real name.
I'm not giving them the real name. I said,
okay.
I will tell you what their real name is. But Mr. Semester was eating ass, though. And I was like, damn, I got grown to realize eating ass been a thing.
I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want when you're with a consenting adult.
Yeah, look it up. I like, if you think I'm bullshitting, cuz just look it up, because this is the pipeline. This is how I figured it out. It's like, because they said that they was like, niggas that eat ass a lot, they're prone to pink eye because of the bacteria.
I mean, it makes sense, you know, because you're very close to an exit only situation.
Mr. Semester used to keep pink eye all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But they always look like the coolest couple in the world.
I bet they were.
That nigga was eating her ass, man. He was eating Mrs. Semester's ass. Flat out. All the fucking time. That was his thing. To bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. He ain't even worried about that. He about to eat some ass. Well, these are not jokes. I'm not. This is the honest to God truth. And they silence my shit. I'm not bullshitting you, cuz they silence my shit. And I got so mad I went on that rant like, why the fuck is TikTok silence and shit? I be trying to tell niggas real game and y'all trying to silence me for that? Like, it's the truth.
You got to speak in code. So I don't know. Maybe talk about eating peaches. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe talk about eating apple bottoms.
Whatever. Mr. Semester was eating ass. He was eating ass. That nigga always had pink eye. I'm not bullshitting you.
Oh my God. How we get from BeyoncéBowl to eating ass?
I don't know. It went there.
That was like
left.
That was not by design.
But it happened.
Right.
It happens. It's a conversation.
Right.
Conversations go left.
Oh man. So yeah. That was BeyoncéBowl. So yeah. As much as and then of course before I put this, you know, they're not paying me, but I'm gonna put this out there. You're welcome. BeyoncéBowl is now a standalone video on Netflix. So
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So
you did a great job.
Yeah.
You know, all jokes aside, you know, besides Mr. Semester, you know who I'm talking about. I ain't saying your real name. You know who I'm talking about. I know you eat ass, my nigga, and it's fine. Because now niggas put that shit in the forefront. But all jokes aside, man, that was actually a dope ass performance. Like I said, the only downfall I have about that is Jolene, just because I will never play a Dolly Parton record if she tried to shoot me down for just being an artist. When white people have just been artists for years and nobody says nothing to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, it was dope. The ensemble was dope. The characters that she put in the play was dope. Everything that was the real BeyoncéBowl, and you got to give it to her for being one of our top performers that we're ever gonna see, dead or alive.
Yeah, like period. She worked the fuck out of that field, I'll tell you that much. But then you have to look at it also like this. She came off of a whole stadium tour that she did. So doing stadiums, she knows how to work that stadium. You know what I mean? Like doing stadiums is nothing to her at this point. So so I wouldn't expect nothing less. It's just now she had the whole field, you know. So shout out to Beyonce. She once again has exceeded expectations.
She got motherfuckers wanting to move to Houston. You know,
I know, I'm
you
out.
know, shit.
I'm out.
We didn't talk that shit about moving to Houston. Other people that think the same thing, and I just have to tell you, other people, you know, you're not about to see Beyonce there. Like, but
She don't even live in Houston. Like,
you still want to go. You still want to go, but you know good and damn well who ain't gonna be there.
Right.
Beyonce.
Right. No.
But you want to go there because it was that dope. That's the power
honestly,
of Beyonce.
Right. Honestly, I have been thinking about Houston for some years now, but now it's like, yeah, this is a sign. I need to go. So
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Beyonce don't even live in Texas, but I know she hasn't lived in Texas for a while, right?
Yeah, and whatever. I'm still going.
I'm still going, right? I'm still going.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Still gonna go down there. It's a twinkle of hope I might see her at Starbucks.
You know. So anyway, I guess we can move on from BeyoncéBowl, but an hour and 16 minutes in.
Let's go.
Right. All right. So next up is Young Thug. So Young Thug's jail calls, some of his jail calls have been released, and they don't have him in the greatest light. One of the jail calls that he had was with this young woman who they describe as an Instagram model, and she apparently currently is married to a boxer, and she's pregnant. But this jail call was from 2022, and in the conversation, you know, she breaks down crying, talking about that she wanted to be with him and whatnot. And it even looked like he was kind of like sobbing. Not sobbing, but teary eye, because he wiped his eye a couple times. So it looked like he may have been teared up as well. But the girl was boo-hooing on the call. You know, and the whole time he was supposed to be with Mariah the Scientist. So that raised a lot of people's flags. Another one was him and one of his homeboys on a video call, and they're talking about other women in the call, and then they also talk about Mariah the Scientist on the call, and he talked about how Mariah loves him too much, and also how he loves her as well, but when he gets out, he pretty much, in so many words, want to be out here in the streets. Yeah, so he did make a public apology on Twitter, but he tried to do a little bit of explaining. The girl that was crying, she tried to you know, try to clean it up or whatever. And then Thug also talked about how she's like Mariah the Scientist is like legit mad. But then photo surfaced of them spending Christmas together. So it's presumed that they're still together, which I wouldn't think that they would have broke up over this either, even though it's completely humiliating. But it is from years ago. So what are your thoughts about these jail calls being exposed?
One, whoever's exposing these jail calls, where it's leaking out to all these venues, first of all, you need to fix whatever's going on in your life, because that's why you did that, because you're miserable in your own real life.
Well, before you continue, It was Law and Crime. I think it's a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I get Law and Crime. It was the one leaked it. I'm saying, Law and Crime had to get it from somebody.
Well, this is the thing. Jail calls are public, whether they're audio or video. They're all public, so you can request for them. You can request for them, and they give them to you because they're public.
So so the person that wanted to leak this?
Well,
and that's in Law and Crime.
Well, it's a YouTube channel, and then there's also another YouTube channel that is called Jail Calls from Prison. So, Jail Calls from Prison was the one that was linking the Shirley Strawberry calls. Remember Shirley Strawberry from Steve Harvey Morning Show?
Yeah.
So, what they pretty much do is, they request for these videos or these audios, and they put them on the YouTube channel. And because they're public, you can request for as many as you want. And you can go through them, and if they're juicy, they put them up, because that's their shtick on Jail Calls from Prison specifically. Law and Crime, they put on there everything that has to deal with a case, because they were putting a whole lot of stuff up from the Young Thug case. So this is relevant to their content because they were following the Young Thug case the whole time.
Okay.
So it's not too far-fetched that these will be coming out, especially coming from Law and Crime, because this is a little juicy tidbit, still riding the Young Thug wave, because it's pretty much a done deal at this point. But
I mean, okay, cool. Glad that you broke that down for me so I can completely understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was going through it, I seen the true crimes. I didn't see the other spot, but I seen the true crimes, and I was like, okay, that's just whatever's going on with that, man. It's got to be a weird individual that is actually wanting to promote this. Now that I know that's just what they do, all right, they're just doing legally what they supposed to do. This is how I make a business happen. The people that I do want to see, because it was a bunch of people that they do tutorials about this shit, and they downplay Young Thug. Now, disclaimer, I'm not before I even get on this rant, I'm not saying that every nigga that's in prison is right. I'll never say that. So that's my disclaimer right there. But moving forward, all of this shit is some bullshit. Like, we having this shit come out about what he was doing while he was locked up. This man is locked the fuck up. Understand, the same time that I say that, I'll say it again. This nigga is locked the fuck up. You think he ain't talking to no bitches? He talking to cousins, sisters, cousins, friends, all these things. A bitch come to see me. And I know I used to fuck with you. Yeah, I was fucking with you on, even if I was fucking with you on the wrong end, I'm still just having a conversation with you. You the one that, you know what I'm saying, went there. And I could have been gushing and been like, oh shit, it's fucked up too. But like, what we're not hearing from that is before that, she probably was like, I fuck with this nigga right now. And I'm pregnant and woonty, but I still love you. Like, as a nigga, I be knowing how conversations work with bitches, especially bitches that got pregnant from other niggas, because we wasn't exclusive. So sometimes you do have these hard conversations. Sometimes that shit do come out. At the same time, it's like, us as society in a whole, we got to stop looking like this nigga was going out there and just like pounding her on a daily or fucking with her on a daily. This nigga's in prison. He is talking to people that are talking to him, regardless of what it may be.
I get what you're saying, but in the same breath, emotional cheating is worse.
Emotional cheating is only worse for females. Because a man, listen, and I'm just gonna keep it totally a bill. And any man to say that I'm wrong, y'all lying out y'all fucking mouth. A motherfucking your girl could tell you, yeah, we just been chatting. We just talk online and wah. And if you are 100 with him and you say, but we ain't never fucked before, a nigga will let that the fuck go. A nigga
So
let
you will
it
be
go.
okay.
Niggas,
You
you know
will
what I'm
be
saying?
okay if you found out your girl was emotionally cheating with somebody.
Emotionally cheating again. That is a woman's way of thinking. A woman will emotionally cheat. Man, we just want to fuck. Like once we fuck, we can totally cut you off. We don't have to be involved with you anymore. But emotions is a whole different thing. Once you get emotionally involved with somebody, you get caught up. So a man has to look at it like, oh man, if she ain't never fucked a nigga, I'm cool. Cause that's the mindset most niggas be on, especially if you're in prison. Now, if you a nigga that is gonna fault me and say all these things because you never been in prison before, I'm gonna tell you from experience, if you ever been in prison, you know your bitch is fucking. It's just what it is. You got a couple of years on you. You got 7 years, and you think this shit ain't touched nobody? You out of your rabbit ass motherfucking mind. You just want her. You just don't want her to be emotionally attached to this nigga. You don't want that. You cool with, you know what I'm saying? You cool with some extra shit. That's that y'all fuck. If y'all ain't fucked, then emotionally, okay, cool. I'm kind of, because you know, in prison, you know your bitch fucking. So fucking ain't a problem. Did y'all get emotionally attached?
So you're saying you won't be okay with your girl emotionally cheating?
Nah, I will be okay with that. Hold on. I'm sorry. Take it back. No, I won't be okay with that. I won't be okay with her emotionally cheating. I
And
know she
that's what
gonna
I'm
fuck.
saying.
That's what she wants.
Emotionally cheating is worse. That's my point. Emotionally cheating is worse.
I jumped on the gun too wrong.
Yeah.
I shot myself.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do is have an emotional connection with somebody in prison. You can't have a physical connection. So the fact that he has all these women that he's talking to, there's some type of connection. So that
To
would be
you, like that's okay. Okay, cool. I didn't shoot
no,
myself. To you, you
no,
think it's
no, that's period.
we just need to do something.
I get that. I get that. And at a point, yes, it's just somebody to talk to and stuff like that. But once you have connection with somebody and you're building and stuff like that, whether you know that you're building or not, you're building. And if you and
Yeah,
you like
right.
and you like you like what's going on and stuff like that, because Thug, if we bring it back to Thug could have talked to
We
however
supposed to
many
bring it
women
back
he
to
wanted.
Thug. What the fuck are you doing? If we
No,
bring it
I'm
back
just
to
saying.
Thug,
No,
like
because
you're
I
not
was
opening
saying
up my skeletons, nigga. Like,
no,
what
no,
the
no,
fuck?
no. Yeah,
I
because
got
I
a
was
whole
saying like
baby now. Don't do this.
no. I was saying you hypothetically, but I'm saying if we bring it back to Thug
Right.
specifically, he could talk to 50, 11 women, right? But there was certain women that he continually talked to, assuming, right?
Okay.
Because he liked what he was hearing, whatever he was hearing. There was some type of connection that he had with these women that he continued to talk to. There was
What
some
is he
type of
hearing?
connection. Yeah. There was some type of connection that he had with old girl that was on the phone crying. You know what I mean? So you can get out here and, have sex with 50, 11 women and not have that type of mental connection that you would have with the 2 or 3 women that you were talking to while you were in jail. So that can be worse than getting out here fucking 50, 11 women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like a mental, like a mental connection and emotionally cheating can be worse.
But I think, okay, so as a man, I think we get so caught up in certain things, and that's not downplaying you, because my argument from the jump end up superseding itself and warping itself into being I was wrong and in the fucking beginning. But I'll take that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, you know what I'm saying? Losses ain't nothing but knowledge for real. As us as men, and I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for people that I know. We get caught up in thinking like it's all not. We ain't fucking though, so it ain't like, you know what I'm saying. It's not cheating.
Yeah, because
like,
what y'all
that's
doing,
how my argument started. Like, y'all just more emotional than we is. In our mind, we like, we don't give a fuck about this connection. We just want to fuck for real.
Because with men, y'all are only looking at it physical because y'all think that's the worst thing ever, to fuck something and then that person that you're fucking go and fuck somebody else. Y'all don't want to come back behind somebody that you've already been fucking.
Unless you've been locked up. If you've been locked up, you deal with that.
Yeah. Well, some even some people that have been locked up. But
so them niggas is crash test dummies. I'm gonna say it off the flip. You niggas that come out of prison, like, side note, because I'm just gonna keep it a bean with all y'all. Y'all niggas that get out of prison and thought when she was like, yeah, I'm just holding it for you, daddy. If you've been gone for 6 months, then yeah, I can see you really being mad when that happens. If you have been gone for a year and then you find out it happened, I can see you getting mad. But if you was gone for 5 to 7 to 20, you out your rabbit ass mind. This bitch has fucked several niggas.
And you shouldn't even put that unrealistic expectation on her.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have did that. As long as she pick up the phone for you, you should be grateful for that. Because again, that's where I fucked up at. I didn't even think about that. That's the emotional bond.
Yeah.
Like, as long as she pick up the phone, like, she can stop sucking dick right now. Hold on, that's my baby daddy. And talk to her baby daddy, that's your emotional bond right there. You shouldn't even trip off what the fuck she doing, because you cannot control that.
It's not worth it.
So now I get it. Now I get why, you know what I'm saying, people think it's a thing. I'm sorry. I'll tell the Ish We Talk audience. I'm sorry. I didn't even I was factoring one thing at 1%, and now that I open it up 20%, oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like you can have that, you know, because y'all don't really, like, even if you take it out of jail, y'all don't really want to go, like, if your girl cheats on you, y'all don't really want to fuck back with her again, because y'all don't want to fuck behind a dude. Y'all are more physical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but
yeah,
whereas
you put it in that concept, like, nah, you totally done. You know what I'm saying? You totally done. If I catch you fucking another dude, and I'm supposed to be your guy, like, nah, like, we done. Like, we might not be done fucking, but we done being in a relationship.
Yeah, because y'all are more physical. Y'all are more physical. Whereas with us, you can, and I'm not saying you can, because but it's more like the chances are higher for you to be forgiven if you just fuck.
If you just fucking.
Yeah.
But when you see a thread where this bitch be like, I love you, and you like, you know, I got feelings for you too. Wait a minute, nigga.
Right. Because what are you talking about?
Fuck we talking about.
Yeah.
You should have told her just pull up and such and such and such and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So another thing that I will say, going back to Young Thug, when she was like, I love you, that nigga did not answer back.
No, he didn't. He did
not answer back.
Yeah. And she was, you know, she was broke down. She was broke down.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, what would seeing that it would have hurt my feelings. But what would have hurt my feelings the most is what he said about, like, if it was me, what he said about me to his friend, that would have hurt my feelings the most. You know what I'm saying?
I had a whole rant about that, and I don't have it no more. I did, cause I was really gonna tell y'all, like, nah, you know, when you talk to your friend, you're gonna tell him everything, like, you know what I'm saying, because you're in a you're the fact where you feel comfortable and you feel safe talking to him.
Right.
At the same time,
your friend should be a safe space.
you talking to somebody that really is that really got your back, you know, so you get comfortable with talking to them. At the same time, it's like, I just, as a man, I understand the scarcity in him, and why he was like, you know, she probably loved me too much, because if I do something, you know, boom, that's over. That's a man fearing his own desires. Like, he knows he might make a mistake, and he would know if he makes that mistake, he knows he's gonna lose the person that he loves. Because he honestly flat out was like, I love her for real.
Yeah.
You know?
He did say that. He did say he definitely loved her. But that whole I think she loved me too much. I didn't get the whole him being feared, like, I don't want to fuck this up. I know my track record. Like, I didn't get that from him when he was saying that. And that would have broke my heart if I was Mariah, because I love you too much. What do you mean?
Well, as a man, I will say this, for all the women that are listening. I want you to understand this. Like, yeah, sometimes we do feel like you love us too much. I get it, that, you know what I'm saying? When he said that mean he done been through situations where she'll check his phone, he might be asleep, and she start, you know what I'm saying, she'll start looking at his bag, or check his coat pocket to see, you know what I'm saying, where he's been. Like, sometimes you love me too much. Sometimes you be so worried about what I'm doing, you don't realize what I'm doing. And you know what I'm saying? I can only tell you this on experience alone. Sometimes, ladies, y'all be so caught up on how dope you think your man is, you start second guessing yourself, and it make you paranoid, and you start doing some extra shit to us. We don't like that.
So loving too much is being paranoid?
Sometimes loving too much can be paranoid. Sometimes loving too much is second guessing yourself. And I really know, like I said, I was talking to the ladies. I really want y'all to understand that. Sometimes y'all can love us so much, y'all second guess yourself. Y'all think y'all not enough. So y'all think we going somewhere else. We're not doing that. When we love you, we love you. Like, you know, I always tell people, man, that the difference between men and women is women can move on real fast. Unless a man already had a bitch on the side, he can never move on that fast. If you break up with a dude, it take a long time for a dude to even get in a relationship where it's cool. Unless he had like a side piece on the side, we can jump on that. Mm-hmm. Some women, I ain't saying all of you women, some women, we'll stop messing with y'all, and then the next thing we know, we'll see another nigga around you. You know, you will never see that with, you know what I'm saying, with a dude. You might see that nigga hanging out with a bunch of his friends and women around. That nigga going home by himself, because if he really heard about a relationship, that nigga really hurt for real. It take a long time for a nigga to heal from that. Like, I know what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck if he did get caught cheating and all that. Like, it'll be a long time. That nigga won't be with no bitches. If we get real hurt over relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta pay attention to certain things like that. That nigga, when he said that, like, yeah, I might make a mistake, but if I lose her, I'm fucked up for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's the honest to God truth about dudes. Like, And when I say that, and I mean real, man, I don't mean you bitch ass niggas that have a bunch of kids over here and don't give a fuck about a bitch. I ain't, you niggas can't do that. If y'all getting this, you know what I'm saying? If y'all start listening to us and you be like, yeah, that's what I was saying about my 5th baby mama. No, nigga, this ain't what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about really giving your all to a woman and making a mistake and actually losing her. Or not even making a mistake. She make a mistake and feel like she need to lose you. That shit hurts, my nigga. That shit hurt hard, and it take a long time for a man to climb up out of that. That man can be a millionaire and still have trust issues when it comes to a relationship or a woman because of that one woman that broke his fucking heart.
Yeah. And they make every other woman after that pay for it.
And they make, I'm not even gonna repeat it. I mean, that's the honest to God truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only tell you from experience. I ain't saying I met all the dopest women in the world, but man, come on. Once my heart got broke, like shattered, it took me a long time to build that motherfucker back up.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. And I'll just keep it 100. That's why I understand when Thug was posting them tweets, and even the chick was posting them tweets, because she know if she hurt that nigga, if this is her quote unquote husband, if she hurt that nigga like that so bad, especially if they like if she is like out there and fancy and out and about, and they take a picture with Young Thug and her, oh man, she know off the flip that's gonna crush that nigga. And this nigga is this nigga's a crash out. He's just a famous crash out. She don't want that to happen.
Right.
She don't want it because he end up getting shot by security. He'll beat the fuck out of everybody. He'll beat the shit out of everybody until somebody shoot him. She know that. That's what she like. Nah, that shit was a long time ago. Like,
right. That was before I met him. Like, hold on.
No.
Right.
Let's not do that. Yeah, I did it. It's cool, but that was before I met him. Please don't make this an issue. Please. I don't want it and y'all don't want it. And I don't want to lose my husband. Like,
right.
This nigga gonna crash out.
Yeah. And that's the part that sucks, because this is like from 22. People have lives, have whole new lives since 22. So that's the part that sucks about this, when stuff like that gets revealed.
That's what I'm like, I was there. I did that. I will agree to all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it is now.
Right.
And I think that's the problem with how we just like put so much gossip and so much controversy in the air without really doing your real research on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the design that they put on us. They was like, yeah, we'll do something a week ago and then we'll post it today. That's what media is. That media has been fucking y'all up with that for a long time. Y'all don't even know that.
Yeah.
As you know what I'm saying? We can go all the way back to the Vietnam War. You know why a lot of them niggas went crazy? It's because they got home and then they started seeing footage of what they were doing, and they were saying that that's happening in real time. And they were going crazy because I like, what? I just was there. I know. I just experienced this. And they went through a mental crack. I swear to God, you can look this shit up. This is a real thing. This is how media got us fucked up. These niggas was coming home from war and they were posting shit that were 3 to 6 months late. And these niggas was going and thinking their reality was fucked up because they already went through a fucked up time, and then they got home to think like it was normal, and the same thing that they actually witnessed actually being a part of, they were seeing it in real time on TV.
Yeah.
And so they went to a mental break. That's what they do. That's what media does. It fucking breaks you. It makes you docile.
Yeah. It's a lot. But yeah, so
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a lot.
Was
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, audience. I get on my rants about certain things.
Yeah. But no. That was Young Thug. Best of luck to him. some people, I'll say this and then I'll move on, because some people had me cracking up. They were talking about how Mariah the Scientist should get some get back, and they, because one of the stipulations with Thug's probation is that he can't be within the city limits of Atlanta. So some people was like, well, shit, she should just go to Atlanta. They was like, she should have a whole album and name it "Welcome to Atlanta."
I mean, you know what? That is diabolically mad business. That is mad business right there. Oh my God.
I was cracking up. I was
Don't
like,
do that.
"Damn,
Don't you
hell."
ever do that, Maya the Scientist. Please don't do that. But I get, putting y'all business out there, I see how that hurts.
Yeah.
But you just got to know the bond that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Especially because that was years ago. Think about the bond that y'all got and stick to the bond that y'all got. That's the only thing that I can say in this situation, because you're going to win and lose. And, I ain't even going to say lose. I'm going to keep it 100. You're going to win, and then sometimes you ain't going to have enough time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope it's going to be in one of those lessons where Thug in this situation realizes if she comes back, then he stays where he needs to stay. Because if he continues to do that, then he'll realize that he don't have enough time to continue to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So, best of luck to them. The next subject is Finesse 2 Tymes and whatever that little boy name is. What's his name?
Let me look his name.
FNG King or some shit.
Yeah, it's King. I would just say King. We'll just go with King.
All right. Well, take it away.
All right. If y'all don't know about this, King was the little dude that went viral for being on his trap shit. Being totally trapped. Finesse 2 Tymes. He signed him. He had him with him all the time. King, while he was with Finesse 2 Tymes, has just been outlandishly not a little boy. He has just did everything that he wanted to do, and all the adults around him were actually being enablers. And I don't care what he did outside of the camera. On camera, he just acted goddamn fool. Now, recently, he has parted his ways from Finesse 2 Tymes. The reason why he parted his ways from Finesse 2 Tymes is because from his own Instagram, Finesse wasn't trying to let him be him. He was saying, this is me. This is what I came out with. You don't let me be me. On top of the things that you do, it's flawed anyway. He talked about him being a person that was a part of DV. He also talked about how he wasn't paying people. And then he also really tried to emphasize and go home and go hard with is how he's not the person that he portrays he is for real. He ain't got no money for real. And then fast forward, we'll go to Finesse 2 Tymes. Going through the situation where he was, he had to address this, and he was trying to say how King just want to be grown. He don't want to listen to nobody, and he was mad because he wanted to discipline King, and King wouldn't do that. He also talked about how King ran away. He didn't know what I'm saying. It wasn't like, his mom or dad came and picked him up or none of that shit. That nigga ran away from that nigga because he was trying to give that nigga discipline because he was not respecting adults. This is crazy to even hear about this. One, from somebody that's not your parental guardian, and two, from the person that is living this and being able to be mannish as fuck. My whole thing in a nutshell is this. Finesse 2 Tymes. You knew this nigga was wild when you met him off the flip. You should have taught him what it is to actually okay, if you want to be this character, we can be this character, but that's actually just a character. This is what you're going to be in real life. Another thing is your parents, King, should have instilled that in you as well. If they wasn't instilling that in you as well, then Finesse 2 Tymes, you should have been on this type of shit, especially when you showing him shit he has never seen before. The one thing about us as black folks, and I will address all of us black folks, if you don't become refined with yourself, I ain't telling you got to be white or you got to act white. But if you don't become refined in yourself, you are always going to be at the losing end of the stick. You have to know how to look at yourself and see yourself in a light that is not always on low vibrational levels. But he's a kid. He don't know no better. Finesse 2 Tymes know better, because when he went on the low vibrational level and when he stacked up, he stayed here. And then when he started really making money for real, he tried to run. And then you can't do that if you haven't taught this young boy how to act. I think off the flip, this shit was coming to you, Finesse, and you got to take this as a learning lesson, because we gonna watch this dude, this young rapper, not only become a man, but he's still gonna have these times where he's gonna resent you for actually trying to be an adult late in life when you should have been an adult when you first met him. And that's my little rant, my 2 cents. But that's King and Finesse 2 Tymes. It's a horrible situation, and excuse me, I wish it was resolved quicker and outside of social media.
Yeah. I don't really have too much more to add. It when I first saw it, I thought it was his son. I didn't know who that boy was. Then I found out who he was later on, and I'm like, he got signed.
Yeah.
To a rapper that I have never heard not one song from. Like, I only hear about Finesse 2 Tymes in the blogs. I can't tell you a song he sung.
You sound like my sister when it comes to Kevin Gates. I'll be like, you ain't never heard of Kevin Gates? She's like, no,
Yeah.
I be seeing him on TV. I ain't never heard music from this nigga. I'm like, God.
That's how it was with Kevin Gates at first. Which is so funny because around the time when he started coming out, my niece was going to school in New Orleans. And she said that's all they played was Kevin Gates, because you know he's from Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Nigga, I was engulfed in Kevin Gates. That's only because I was, and you know, we went through you know, the people before us was No Limit fans. And I always have to say this because a lot of y'all niggas be trying to some of y'all niggas is my age be like, man, shit, we always No Limit fans. No, we wasn't. We, you know what I'm saying? We heard those songs. We listened to Silk the Shocker. We listened to C Murder. But none of us was wearing like soldier rags and all that shit like some of you niggas was. But then when Cash Money came through with a nigga that was my age. And I fully got engulfed in that shit.
We'll have to do a deep dive between Cash Money and No Limit in the fandom one day, because that's a pretty interesting topic. But
it get wild here, especially here, because No Limit is a staple here. Like if y'all don't know where we at, first hit the like and subscribe button. God, I'm gonna make sure I do that at least 3 times. But at the same time, like No Limit was frequent through Kansas City. Master P itself back then was frequent through Kansas City. Not only that, like we actually had artists from the town that was signed to No Limit. So No Limit is a staple here. Even if y'all don't know, it's a guy by the name of blah blah blah. I'm fucking his name up. Court Dog. That nigga's from the town. He got signed to Cash Money. No Limit. And he is a phenomenal dude right now. Like,
yeah, he has a nice size platform.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal dude, and he started off with No Limit, and he still represents No Limit. So like, yeah, it's when I say that, I'm like, yeah, but that nigga is older than me. I always be like, y'all gotta understand that. Y'all with y'all genre, yeah, it was that, and we were listening to it because we were under y'all. But once Cash Money came through, oh nah, we wasn't doing that in my generation. For everybody that was born from 1982 to maybe, because I can't give the 90s that, but I will give to 1988, us individuals, we were drawn into Cash Money hard because it was individuals that were making music that was our age and still talking about the gangster shit that we was going through. Because like, don't get it twisted. I always tell people, like, you'll go to Kansas City now and you don't think it's that tough, and then you'll just go to a certain part in Kansas City and it's rough as a motherfucker. It's scary to y'all. Like, but we lived that when I was growing up. That shit was everywhere before, you know, extra money got coming in and motherfuckers started trying to gentrify shit. Kansas City was scary. There was certain places you can go. I'll just keep it 100 because my cousin from the 30s, she'll tell you there's certain spots in the 30s when she was growing up was dangerous.
You know, when you growing up, you don't realize how dangerous certain areas are. It's just what it is. You know, it's when you get older and you realize the shit that you seeing, it's not normal. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't be happening. You know?
Right.
Yeah, but when you in it, it's just normal.
My woman grew up on the west side of Raytown, real nice. She tell me all the time, when I tell her story, she always, the first thing she say is, that's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing she tell me, like, babe, that's not normal. Like, and I'm like, nah, that's just every day. Like, it was one situation we was in, well, I won't say we was in, it was a situation that we just happened to be a part of. And so I was telling people how to move, and she was like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, nigga, because this can get dangerous. And she was like, babe, why do you think like that? And I was like, because that's how I grew up. She was like, that's not a normal way of thinking. And at the time, I'm like, bitch, if you don't get in the car, though.
Tell me this on the ride back.
Yeah. She's like, you know, you tried to break it down. Like, babe, that's not a normal way of thinking. I'm like, if you just don't get the fuck in the car. And as soon as I said that, them niggas start busting.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, what? And I'm like, I told you. I said, I seen it. I peeped that shit. Yeah. I started telling other niggas, like, hey, boy, go, hey, man, y'all need to get over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Like, y'all need to get over there. Because I wasn't affiliated with these niggas. So I'm like, hey, boy, y'all need to go over there. I'm cool right here. What you talking about? I'm like, bro, I'm over here. Like, and I was telling other niggas, like, hey, boy, get to your car. They're like, what's going on? I'm like, just go get to your car. And so everybody was looking at me crazy. And Babe started asking questions. I'm like, nah, just go do that. Because I just seen how niggas was moving. And sure enough, sure as motherfucking rain is wet, motherfuckers start shooting.
Right.
Nah, I seen that them niggas was moving too weird around that motherfucker. Like weird, like double backing, looking at a nigga, talking to another nigga, double backing. You don't see that nigga for 5 minutes. He come right back in the same place. I said, oh, nah, these niggas about to be on some dumb shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 But yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with everything you said in regards to the Finesse and King situation. Is like putting a kid into an adult's place and then you trying to double back on that, and then you can't do that. No.
I mean, that's the thing.
It gets very confusing to a kid, and you know, you need to put a kid in a kid's place. Exactly. And you need to make it clear to him that he's in a kid's place, like just point blank in the period. But
you got to know what the character is besides what you are. Like him, King, even going out there like that, lets you know that didn't nobody give you no guidance, because you don't never go up against a nigga that's literally is putting food in your mouth.
Right, and that just that speaks to him being a kid at the end of the day, because him crashing out like that. Excuse me. It was a lot of comments talking about like what he's doing is not safe. It was so many comments saying that, and it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it. I get why people were thinking that. I get why people are saying that, you know, and to a certain extent, it's the truth. What he was doing, crashing out like that, telling all that business, that shit is not safe. A person that's an adult has, I mean, people have died for less, you
Right.
know? So, and they're not going to give this adult acting kid no clearance. They kill kids too. It's unfortunate,
Yeah,
but
but that bust you in your motherfucking melon if you doing too much. And I mean, I ain't
yeah,
even mad at that sometimes.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, you just hope for the best. Just hope that this is just once and for all situation, and that they go on about their separate ways, because it obviously was not a productive business relationship. So yeah, just wish them the best of luck. And maybe one day, eventually, I'll hear a Finesse 2 Tymes song. But
You should
anyhow,
listen. Finesse 2 Tymes ain't bad. I'll say that.
I know that picture that I picked for the thumbnail. He has some very pretty hair. Some very pretty hair. But I like the
Wow,
last
your
thing
attention to detail is like RuPaul drag waist. Like, goddamn.
right.
Like, why are you?
That's why I
Like,
picked that picture. I was like, his hair is very.
you didn't even. Yeah, like you. I thought you was gonna be like, yeah, it was a part of a tag, and I listened to some. I listened to like 30 seconds, and it was like pretty good. Nah, you want to talk about how good the nigga hair was?
Yeah,
That nigga could be rocking a fucking S curl. We don't know.
it probably is, but it S curled so well. Everybody here don't S curl well now. But
Everybody
yeah,
scared don't S curl. I know that. I know that growing up. Like, ooh, ooh,
right.
ooh,
It
the
is a whole
luxuries of
process,
me.
right? But yeah. So, you know, best of luck to both of them. Our final topic is well, before we do that, shout out to everybody on TikTok. If you are currently watching on TikTok and you want to continue, because I'm going to end this live, you want to continue, we are on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now. So you can definitely go over there and watch the remainder of the show there. But
How
shout
many
out
people are
to
watching on TikTok?
let me see. It was, they kept going in and out. Let's see. It was 82.
Man, 82 people. How many people we got now?
Well, I just ended it.
Oh,
Yeah.
those 82 people. If you jump over to TikTok, please like and subscribe Lindsay's TikTok. Also, listen to Parker Bro Ish Talking. I'm gonna start giving you more content about the podcast before we actually jump on the podcast, just so y'all can really get a feel and a feel about what we're doing moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so the last topic is top 5 things to look forward to in the new year.
Top five.
So you want to go first?
I don't want to go first. You can go first.
All right, let me pull up my list. Okay, so top 5 things to look forward to in the new year. I have financial growth.
Nice.
Yeah. Podcast growth.
Double nice.
Yeah. My trip to Cabo. I'm going to Cabo in May. So that's something to look forward to. And like I ain't never been. It's probably like my 3rd or 4th time going, but still, nonetheless.
Cabo's Cabo. I never been to Cabo.
Yeah, you should go. It's fun. The Beyonce announcement. That's one thing we didn't talk about. Right after she got done with her performance, she put on her social media this like 15-second video, and then she put a date saying January 14, 2025. And it's like, what does that mean? What does this mean? What's happening? Like, are we getting a concert? Are we getting Act 3? Like, what's going on? So Beyonce.
She gonna make money. That's
Yeah.
She just
At
gonna
the
make
end.
money. That's just what it is. Beyonce
At
is
the
a money making bitch.
Right. At the end of the day. And then personal growth. I do want to grow personally to become an even better human being. So yeah, those are my top 5 things I'm looking forward to in the new year.
That's fine. I respect those.
Yeah. Thank you.
Respect all those. Boom. Newsflash. My shit ain't gonna be there.
Yeah.
One. First thing you're gonna have to do is do a major detox. That's just what I want y'all to do. That's what I'm gonna do. I implore everybody to do. We have been through a saturation of bullshit, from a pandemic to inflation to everything in Walmart's brand being fake, including the meat. We have been through all of this. So I want you to give yourself a detox. And I ain't saying a detox from social media. You can pick this what I'm gonna do, I'll talk about later, but you can pick up a detox from anywhere, like a smoke shop, any of those things, and just do a detox. Let these years that you have had pent in you, just flush them motherfuckers the fuck away and start brand new. Number 2, first thing I want to tell everybody to get into is investing. I don't care what it is. Just invest, put some money somewhere where it is actually growing. And I don't care if it's small. It could be 2 cents, 4 cents. You got to get a hold of it first, because you have to lose the relationship of money where you think I got to hold it because ain't nobody going to give nothing to me. Lose that relationship with money and start trying to invest money, because even extra $25 goes a long way. The next thing I want you to do is when you start making this type of when you start doing this, put your money in a high yield savings account instead of just a regular savings account. You have savings accounts that if you go through a bank, it is 0.000001%. You're not making anything at all. But you can go somewhere, especially if you look for banks on the internet. It is internet banks that you can put your money in, and they'll you can get an interest of 5.0% or even higher, depending on where you go. And so that'll go a long way if you think about it. If you just put $1,000 in there and never touch that $1,000, you get an extra $50 at the end of the day. You have to learn how to make money start counting itself. Number 4, one thing that I want you to do is realize your relationship with the individuals around you. That's one thing that I think as Black people we always fall off with, is we just think because that's my cousin, that's my brother, that's my auntie. We grew up together. We've been knowing each other for 25 years. You think they supposed to go on a ride with you. Some of them niggas ain't ready for it, and you knew they wasn't ready for it. And that's why you always going back to square one. Stop taking niggas with you. My mama told me a long time ago, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. My mama told me a long time ago to stop saying your ideas out loud, because it gives the devil enough time to snatch it and give it to somebody else.
That's the word.
Stop doing that. Whatever you have planned, especially if you have it planned for the fam, put it in action. And then when it's actually moving in motion, that's when you start telling people what's going on, because they can't stop the movement once the movement gets to going.
Right.
And the final and 5th thing I want to tell everybody is you did a good job. You did a phenomenal job being you. It's hard out here. You need to know going into the new year, you did your best this year. Even if you fell off, you fucked up, you did some things that you regret, or you did some things you don't like, it's okay. It's okay. You did the best you can do this year. So just focus on what we can do moving forward. And that's my top 5.
That was a great top 5. It really was. Yeah, that was a real great top 5. You know, let us know what you are looking forward to in the new year. Go on ahead and comment. Go on ahead and look and comment.
Yeah, if don't nobody comment, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna start cussing y'all out too.
Right. I kind of went blank there for a minute. Yeah. Go on ahead and comment, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever, and let us know what you guys are looking forward to in the new year. I don't necessarily want to say resolutions or anything like that, but just something that's already in the works,
Don't believe in resolutions. Resolutions are quick fix scams.
Yeah.
You gotta know once if you're gonna start over anew, you really gonna start over anew, and that doesn't have to go with basic things. Or excuse me, not basic things, but the whole New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start working out more. I'm gonna hang out with my kids more. I'm gonna work more. I'm gonna make sure that next time I really write it down for a resume. All of these bullshit things are things you're supposed to do already.
Mm-hmm.
So
right, and you don't
that shit out the window. So let's stop doing resolutions. Let's focus on being a better person every day.
Right.
That's just it. Just every day you want to be the better person than you was yesterday. So yesterday you didn't know how to do this, but then somebody taught you the game, and then today you learn how to apply it, and it's, you know what I'm saying? And then the day after that, not only do you apply it, you know what I'm saying, you really put it in motion, and then you watch the days that you're learning it and see how it increases for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we left off as people in general. You'll make this resolution, and you think the first day you get into the gym is gonna motivate you to stay in the gym. You got your rabbit ass mind.
No, when I used to go to the gym, it was the beginning of the year that I hated the most. Oh, I hated it the most because that's when everybody does their New Year's resolution and everybody has I want to lose weight as a priority. And some people do put their money where their mouth is and get a gym membership, and then they show up at the beginning of the year. The shit falls off by the end of January, of course.
Yep.
But the first week of January, I absolutely hated going to the gym. Like you could, especially if you went like right after work, because you can never get on the machine that you wanted to get on, and then they're enforcing that time limit on the machine and all this kind of stuff. So I hated it. And I already didn't like going to the gym in the first place. So yeah.
So life hack, just because I'm glad you said that. If you are an individual that wants to do something for yourself, I'm gonna tell you right now, in my hood, not on no big up or none of that, but I am gonna humble brag right here. Everybody in my hood will tell you, one thing I know about this nigga is he gonna go outside and he gonna work out. I know what I'm saying. When I made that actual resolution to actually take care of myself, because I drink and I smoke and I do a bunch of shit, I didn't need, you know what I'm saying, a gym to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I started doing it with myself. I'm talking about I got next door neighbors and niggas that I grew up with, niggas that are up the street, down the street, they be like, boy, you be giving me motivation, because at least 4 days out of the week, they're actually gonna see me outside doing it. If it's cold, then I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to work out in my basement. That's the, you know what I'm saying, that's the shit I've been doing as of lately. And so, but if it's 45 degrees or more, niggas gonna see me outside. Niggas gonna see me outside, and I ain't doing all the regular shit like, you know, motherfucker think, yeah, all you gotta do is lift weights. Bro, I'm outside doing like 5-minute jump ropes on niggas. Like I'm doing cartwheels, nigga. I legit do cartwheels. Just because I found out a couple of months ago, you know, they think by the time a person is 40, they can't do a natural sprint. Man, come on, nigga. Let a bullet fly. I'm gonna outrun a lot of you niggas.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be a part of that shit. I didn't come here for that.
Right. I didn't came too far. Not getting shot.
Come on, boy. I'm at the car. By the time you like, where you at, nigga? I'm honking the horn. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right. Come on, let's go. So, yeah, I get that. But yeah, that is our top 5. I don't have any final thoughts outside of Happy New Year, guys. And see you guys in the new year. So Jerry's final thought, take it away.
Jerry's final thought, man. Listen, one thing I will say, because I really want to say this before I even move forward, and you think anything I say is funny or just disrespectful. We have lost a lot of great people this year, and we need to always honor and remember them for being the people that they are and keep their legacy alive. Straight up, you know, we have talked about this before on this podcast. And people have died this year that have ever died before, and it's the truth. We're losing a lot of icons. It's the honest to God truth. Not only are we losing a lot of icons, we're losing a lot of OGs, and then we losing a lot of people that don't deserve have their life lost when their potential was so great. So I always want to, spark one and, pour out some liquor for everybody that died this year, because all of y'all had a lot more to tell us and teach us. Moving forward with that, I will honestly, God, say this. We had this year was a moment of enlightenment. Cat Williams has opened up a bread box full of goodies and full of things that would stuff your stomach. At the same time, it then opened up a floodgate gate of bad things we need in our system. Coming into the New Year's, I want us to understand this. We should not consume everything because everything ain't for us. You should be focused on where you want to be at in life and try to focus on that goal of being there, and not let all of the bullshit and the satire overcome you with what you're trying to become. We all have a understanding that this year moving forward is going to be crazy because of who's in office, but we all need to make sure that we start safeguarding ourselves to that. All of us ain't gonna lose, all of us ain't gonna win, but all of us should learn in these next 4 years. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All right. Well, thank you for Jerry's final thought. And this was episode 142 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys in the new year for episode 143. Bye.
Hell yeah, I ain't gonna be wearing no pants, nigga. Nah, I'm lying.
Bye.